Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Lisa Kester-Dodgson, and this is my colleague Sarah Howell. And your names are?
My name is Ricardo.
My name is Elena.
Thank you. Can I have your mark sheets, please?
Here you are.
Thank you. And where are you from, Ricardo?
I am from the countryside of Puerto Recanati.
And you, Elena?
I'm from Recanati, a small town in Marche region.
First, we'd like to know something about you. Elena, what can young people do in your town?
In my town, there are a lot of activities you can do. For example, you can go for a walk or around in the countryside, and you can visit also the city center. For example, the house of Giacomo Leopardi, a famous poet born in Recanati.
And Ricardo, what do you like doing in your free time?
I usually just play video games or study or read some book or play with my brothers.
Elena, tell us about something you did recently.
Recently, I took part in guitar lessons. It was really fun and interesting because I had a chance to play with other students.
And Ricardo, how do you keep in touch with your friends?
We are in the same school, so during the breaks we usually meet up, or just we have a chat group, so we usually just chat or call each other.
Thank you. In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 2 photographs. I'd like you to talk about your photographs on your own for about a minute, and also to answer a question about your partner's photographs. Ricardo, it's your turn first. Here are your photographs. They show people going on holiday. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say what you think the pros and cons of air and road travel might be. All right?
Okay, so in the first photograph we see a family packing up their things and putting in the car so they can start to travel, I guess. And the second photograph we see some kids having a lunch, I think, because there is a lot of light during an airplane flight. The kids are watching a film with headphones on, and the family is composed by a father, a mother and 2 kids. They have some toys and a bottle of water and some luggages and some dress. The kids are pretty concentrated about the film, so they won't notice anything if that happens. The pros of air traveling are that it's safer than the car traveling, and you can do more distance in less time, but it's way more expensive and way less useful if you have to do a short distance.
Thank you. Helena, which form of transport do you prefer?
I prefer traveling by plane because I personally think that it's more economic, so less expensive when you travel by plane. And of course, when you want to do large distances, it's more comfortable.
Thank you. Now, Elena, here are your photographs. They show people learning how to play a musical instrument. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say how difficult or easy you think it might be for the people to learn how to play these musical instruments in this way. All right?
So in the first picture, I can see a girl who is playing the saxophone, and she is following the lessons on her laptop, and she's also following a musical score. In the second picture, I can see another girl. She's sitting next to her teacher, and the teacher is like helping her how to play the piano. In the first picture, the girl, of course, is alone, so maybe she wants to improve her skills in playing the saxophone alone. While in the second picture, we can see that the girl is helped by the teacher, and particularly the teacher maybe is suggesting her how to improve her skills, and she's giving her tips. Personally think that it would be better to have a teacher with you when you learn to play a new instrument, because even though maybe you are even good alone, of course with a teacher you can receive more tips by her, and she can also help you when you are in bad moments. And
Thank you. Ricardo, would you rather learn something new on your own or with a teacher?
I think I'd rather learn something new with a teacher, because if it's something new, I know nothing about it, and I have someone to explain it to me, so I can better understand the basic. Then I could, like, I don't know, like continue studying by myself.
Thank you. Now I'd like you to talk about something together for about 2 minutes. I'd like you to imagine that your school is organising an opening ceremony for its new auditorium and would like to invite a special guest to give the inaugural speech. Here are some ideas for who the special guest could be and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Now, talk to each other about which speaker might be the most suitable to open the new auditorium.
Okay, should I start?
yeah,
Okay, I think a really great choice is a local sport personality, because it is someone famous, because sports in general are pretty famous, but it's also local, so most of the people could know him, and it's way more human than just someone really famous.
yeah, I agree with you, and I also think that a local sports personality is not the most suitable person to open the school auditorium. Maybe he would be more suitable opening, for example, a new football field. What do you think maybe about a celebrity who attended the school?
A celebrity is, yes, used to talk to a crowd, but you may also not know him because he's a celebrity. Maybe you just don't follow the TV, and maybe it's just too kind of.
Yeah, I
goodness.
think that also a celebrity maybe would not come to open the school.
Yeah.
He's too famous to, of course, to do it.
Yes.
What do you think about the local mayor?
The local mayor is someone way more human than a celebrity, so I think he would accept. But he's not really a part of the school, so to open someone of the school is not really great as a choice, like the school principal.
Yeah, I partially agree with you, but I also think that it could be maybe a possibility since he has already done this job many, many times before this moment, and so he really knows how to do it. Maybe what about a famous author?
A famous author is someone famous, but he has the same problem as a celebrity, so he may not accept to come. But even if he comes, you may not read his books, and you may not know who he is.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide who would be more appropriate and why.
I think that also the school principal would be a good idea, since he is the one who knows best the students, and he would leave them a really good message. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the school principal is a great idea, because he is also used to talk to a crowd, and he knows the school. He could, I don't know, kind of regulate the timing and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Elena, have you ever given a speech and what was it about?
The first time I gave a speech was about 2 years ago. I had to talk about famous dish from my country, Italy, and it was really interesting and fun because it was the first time for me ever do it.
And Ricardo, what about you?
No, I never give a speech because I'm kind of shy, and when I have the opportunity, I kind of don't like it, so I don't go for it.
And Ricardo, how would you feel if you had to speak in front of a large audience?
Surely anxious, but also really excited because if you have to speak to a large audience, usually you are prepared, so you kind of know what to say.
What about you, Eleanor?
I would feel from one side really nervous and anxious, of course. From the other side, that would be also really excited because I can show others that I can actually speak in front of them and I'm not afraid of it.
And how important is it to be able to speak in public?
Should I start? Okay, I think being able to speak in public is one of the most important things in life because it gives you the ability to say your opportunity and have a conversation with someone in a also really important situation.
I agree with you, and I also think that it helps you in the future. For example, when you want to find a new job, and of course, you have to, for example, talk in a firm, and you have to give explanation for it. So you need to be able to talk in public.
Yeah.
Eleanor, why do you think some people might find it hard to speak in front of a group of people?
I think that speaking is really hard sometimes because you are not really you don't really do it often in your normal life. So when you have to talk in front of a large group of people, it could be really difficult.
Ricardo, do you agree?
Yeah, I think that you can surely improve your being able to speak in public, and it's also really important, so you should improve your ability.
And Ricardo, what can a person do to improve their public speaking skills?
You can surely do little things to start, so you might have new friends, and then you might, I don't know, kind of sign up for things where you have to talk to at the beginning a small crowd and then go for bigger crowds.
And Eleanor, do you think shy people can overcome their shyness and learn how to speak in public?
Yeah, I think that it takes a long time. It's a really slow process, but of course, when you try a lot, you can improve and you can learn to speak well.
Thank you. That is the end of the test.
Thank you.
Thank you.